guys, let's get right into it. So this episode picks up where the last episode left off. Hannah is back in the building, crushing on Peter hard. Peter is confused all of a sudden and doesn't really know where he is at anymore. He even states that he can't get over Hannah and he doesn't feel like he's quite over her. And they're all hugged up in like this warm embrace. She's crying, he's crying. It's really awkward. And I'm just like, how are you going to find a wife through this process? Because it looks to me, by the way you two are acting, you done already found your wife. So why are we here? Because from the way the both of them are emoting, I feel like it would be very difficult for Peter at the end to get down on one knee and propose to somebody else when you're starting here with Hannah and now you're about to go into this room with these ladies who you barely know and try to build something that you already have with this woman. So it just seems to me that he's just wasting these ladies' time. And it's not a good look. I think they thought that this was going to be something really cute. Like we were all going to be like, oh my goodness, Peter and Hannah, it's a love story. But it just looks really bad on the show and on Peter and on Hannah to be putting this whole, if it's a facade or not, we don't know, but putting up this whole like love story, long lost love or something like that within this show where you have women who are coming here, at least some of them who are coming here to meet this man to be his wife at the end. It just doesn't seem fair. And to be quite honest with you, a lot of the ladies were taking it in stride. It wouldn't have been me. I would not have taken any of this in stride. I've cussed out the production. I would have cussed out Hannah. I would have probably smacked Peter upside his head because you're not going to play me. You're not going to play me on national TV. She's had her time. You got me here excited to meet this dude and possibly be his wife at the end of this whole process. And I have to sit here and watch him spend time with a woman who he said he was falling in love with. How is that supposed to make me feel as a woman? And I feel like a lot of the girls would have said more, but they didn't want to upset him because they wanted to stay on the show a bit longer. It just seemed unfair. I didn't like it because I felt like the ladies couldn't be truthful. And I felt like they were, except for Natasha. Natasha was the only one who was like, this ain't cool, I don't like it, and I'm going to let him know. All of the other ladies felt some sort of way, right? But I don't think that they said how they really felt because they didn't want to upset Peter. And right in that, I'm pissed off all over again because he harmed you. Let him know. Don't keep it in for fear of pissing him off when he's done something that is not right. What I will say is this, is that Peter did say to all of the ladies, I know I was wrong. Like he apologized. And every time he sat down with them, he mentioned that he was wrong and he apologized. I love that he took that on, but I just didn't like that the ladies did not want to tell him how they really felt because they didn't want to piss him off. Everybody except for Natasha, who is becoming my favorite. I didn't see it for her in the beginning just because I felt like I didn't see her and Peter working out and I did not want her to be the token, but I knew because she had the most melanin in the room that they were probably going to take her really far and she might not make it. Even in seeing that, I'm starting to see that they have some kind of chemistry that feels real to me. So it's interesting to see where this relationship is going to go. I hope that she's not the token, but let's be real, she is. But she's my girl. I'm liking Natasha. I really, really am. At first, I thought she was doing the most, a little bit too much when she was, getting Peter together. But I just felt like I was okay with how hard she was digging in on him because none of the other girls did. You know what I mean? Everybody was really like, oh my goodness, it wasn't right. Like cussing him out in the confessional, but then sitting down with him and telling him it's okay. What I loved about Natasha is that she told the truth, she was honest about it, and she did not hold back her feelings. Women, we need to do this more often because a lot of times we act like everything is okay and we get walked over and we don't know why, especially when we try to express how we really feel when we're like a ways along in the relationship and the guy's just like, what are you doing? You're acting crazy. I don't understand this. It's because he's a jerk and also because you held in a lot of stuff because you didn't want to piss him off. You didn't want to upset your mate. So now that your representative has left and, the love or whatever of this relationship has worn off, now you're being honest and truthful about things. But this guy is looking at you like you're a whole new person because we're taught to hold things in because we don't want to, piss off men. We just want to be the support for him. And we never look at ourselves as partners in relationships. And I think that I don't think it has to change. So that was something I always noticed throughout this entire process. I was just like, ladies, you feel some sort of way. How do I know? Because you're telling the audience in the confessional, but you sit down with Peter and you're not being honest with him. because we don't want to upset him. He got some chick that he slept with 4 times in a windmill. He's hugged up behind the scenes with her while you're sitting there for hours waiting for him to get done. You have every right to be pissed, and you have every right to tell him that. Let's stop holding back in 2020. We're going to be our truthful selves. They're going to fall in love with us regardless, okay? Men keep on acting like we got to do all these things to get them. You just have to have a vagina. Let's be real and tell the truth and shame the what? Devil. Also, I felt like Peter should have... This is why I think that she may come back. I hope she doesn't. But I think that they're still not done, right? Because when Hannah came, Peter was happy. He was elated to see her. He was shocked, but he was still excited to see her. And I felt like he should have had a different reaction. I felt like he should have been like, this is my opportunity. You had the time to choose me. You did not choose me. I'm here for these other women. Please leave. He didn't. He entertained her. And that for me was just not the way to handle it if you're over someone. And this showed me that he's not, and he even admitted it. So I'm just not sure that he's ready for marriage with these ladies. I think he's ready for marriage with Hannah, but I don't think he's ready for marriage for these ladies, because if he was, he would have told her, listen, we're friends. I am happy to see you, but this is a time where I am taking out to find my wife. I wanted to be your husband. You told me no. I've moved on. Please leave. Like, he could have did it in a very stern but honest and sweet way and sent her on her way. He didn't. When he entertained her, I knew that he was not ready to be married to anybody else but her. So this is going to be really interesting to see how this plays out, because as of now, we don't see him having any kind of connection that he has with Hannah with any of these ladies. It makes sense because it's still very early and very new, but I'm just like, you have to get to where you are with Hannah right now with these ladies in 6 weeks. I don't think it's going to happen. I think she's going to come back, and I think they're going to get married. I think Hannah's going to work her way back, because guys, she doesn't need to be on the show for the whole season. From what we've seen, he's really still into this woman or in love with her, and she feels the same way. But can we be real? I think that Hannah doesn't really love Peter. I think who she wanted didn't work out with. She went after Tyler. He said no, he had moved on to Gigi. And I think she just needs to know if it will work with Peter. I don't think she's in love with him like he is in love with her. I think she just feels like he's one that got away, and she feels like he was really into her. So she just needs to see if this can work. But I don't think that she really wants him the same way that he wants her, which is good. You know what I mean? Like my grandmother always said, marry a man who loves you more than you love him. So this might work out well for Hannah, but I just don't think that she's ready for what he's ready for. Like, I think he's ready to have a wife today. Now, this is a bachelor that I believe wants a wife. I don't think that Hannah is in any position right now to get married, or that she wants that. I think she wants to have like a boyfriend, somebody to enjoy this, you know, reality TV star celebrity lifestyle with for a while and then settle down. But I don't think she's ready to be anybody's wife or mama. Hey guys, let's talk about race. Sydney, don't do it. Don't do it. So Sydney sits down with Peter, and she starts, you know, emoting about how she was bullied for being biracial. Sis, I'm not saying that didn't happen, right? But I'm just saying, leave this conversation for when you do your interview on BET. Don't do it here, not on ABC, not on this show. They don't know how to talk about race. We have learned from Rachel's season, this show is not good with race. You don't need to be bringing up any kind of conversations and sitting down with Peter and talking about how you weren't accepted by this side and you weren't accepted by that side. It's not going to work. Not on this channel and not on this show. Leave that home. Take it to Twitter. Take it to your YouTube channel. Don't put it on this show. They can't handle it. As soon as she started talking about it, I was like, girl, please leave this storyline alone. They will not handle it properly. It will not go over well for you. Listen to your big sis. Leave this conversation alone. It's a conversation that needs to be had. Not on this show. Learn from Rachel, sis, and stay woke. I hope I'm saying her name right. Kelsey got on my nerves this episode. It's the same thing every season, and it's only with the women. It's only with the women, and it bothers me. They all get mad at one or two girls who are pursuing Peter, who are doing what they came here to do. Kelsey complained this entire episode about people stealing her time with Peter. Can't nobody steal nothing from you if you are not over there pursuing the dude. How are they stealing your time if you're spending all your time crying to the girls about time being stolen from you when you're not even pursuing Peter? Like, there has to be downtime. There is ample time to meet with this dude. You're just mad that you're not getting that time filmed. That's all it is. This ain't about Peter. This is about Instagram followers. I'm not hating. I always told you, if you're going to come on the show and exploit yourself, get something out of it. But don't get mad at the next chick for pursuing him when the cameras are down and when the cameras are up. Some of these girls came in here with a plan. I always tell you, if you do not have a plan on these shows, you're going to look foolish. Hannah had a plan, baby. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Now let's talk about how the producers set Kelsey up. We see it every season. Kelsey set up this date for Peter, then she walks away and tells the girls about it. Guys, I'm starting to think that Kelsey is a producer plant. I don't know, I'm getting something, especially from this whole scene where she was like falling down and cussing out Hannah about stealing her date, because she sets up this whole date, looks at it, she's very proud of her work, then she walks away and tells the girls that she set that up for Peter. And as soon as she gets some time, she's going to take him over there. Sis, why didn't you set up the date, take the wine with you, walk over to Peter and steal him and say, can I steal you for a second? I have something to show you. You put that wine bottle down, looked at your work, then went right over to the other ladies, your competitors, and told them about what you were going to do. Then you see Hannah swoop on in. Hannah was visibly stunned when Kelsey confronted her, which lets me know that the producers told Hannah, we've set up a date for you. Go on over there and sit down with Peter and spend some time. Not knowing that Kelsey did it, because Hannah is slick, right? But when Kelsey confronted her, she was really shocked. She was so shocked, she broke the fourth wall and started talking to production. And she was like, I really didn't know. I had no idea this was her date. I didn't know she set it up. She was looking at them so confused because she didn't understand where Kelsey was coming after her. And because Kelsey had such anger towards her, was making it such a big deal about this champagne and crying and falling out, I'm like, listen, I know crazy, but this right here, this is a specific kind of crazy. This is, I'm trying to get a spinoff on another network crazy. This is, I'm trying to get 1 million followers and be the trending topic on Twitter crazy. Kelsey is a producer plant because this whole scenario made no sense. It even exhausted the other ladies in the house. She made such a big deal and she stole so much focus. And I'm watching this stunned, and then it hit me. This is what she wants. Kelsey ain't here for Peter. There's no way. She's not here for Peter, because if you are here for this dude, you're playing the game so sloppy. And I just don't believe that she's doing that. I think she is a producer plant. She's going to go far. She's going to cause a lot of drama between the one that is leading the pack, which is Hannah, and then some chick that none of us suspect is going to swoop in and take this man's heart. Because they're going to make us focus on this drama with Kelsey and Hannah, and then it'll be like two other side little, issues with the ladies. But these two will be the ones that we will focus on. And then like right as soon, like 2 weeks before hometowns, all of a sudden Peter's going to start falling for some random chick that none of us saw. This is what they do, guys. Stay woke and stay focused. We got the producer plant. We got the one that they want you to believe is going to win it in the end. And then out of nowhere, 2 episodes before hometown, Peter going to fall in love with a chick named Tracy. And we're going to be like, who the hell is this? We haven't seen her the entire season. Now she's stealing his heart. Stay focused. Stay focused. They playing us. But I got you. I got you. Another thing that I think that Kelsey is doing, at this point already, she is set in stone for Paradise. I think she is trying to go for the Bachelorette. I really, really do, because she has been using a particular verbiage that bachelorettes use, that girls who want to be the bachelorette use. And it's always, I can never win. It's always somebody else. I just want to be loved. I'm looking for love. Like all of this stuff about how she's just so heartbroken and this is what she really wants. Girl, you slick. I applaud you. I'm liking what I'm seeing, Kelsey. She's going to deliver. Kelsey is going to deliver this season. She's going to give us everything that we want. And she's going to leave out of here with a secured bag. Kelsey going to leave out of here with some money. She going to leave out of here with some influence. And she damn near might get that bachelorette role if Hannah don't steal it from her. Because Hannah seems like she's coming for that too. Guys, is that me? Or does she look very, very young? I mean, I feel like she is way too young presenting to be the bachelorette. Like every time I see her with Peter, I'm just like, ooh, you old enough to be on this show. She looks very young. I just thought about something. And this is why I think Kelsey may not get the bachelorette role. I think they're going to send her to paradise because Peter's not picking this girl. They're going to send her to paradise because I'm rewatching how she is going through this mansion. She is cussing out Hannah. She's falling apart to any of the women who will listen. Peter comes over and tries to console her, and she, no, just send him away. Send him away. I can't. I'm falling apart. I never win. It's always somebody else. And she's just going nuts, right? I'm looking at this and I'm like, no, they're not going to give that to you. You got too much crazy to lead a show. They need you in an ensemble mixing it up. Could you imagine Kelsey and Tajwan on the same season? Oh, The Bachelor in Paradise would be amazing. That would be an amazing combination. Either they will be enemies or they will link up. Either way, it would be good TV. Kelsey gonna own Paradise. She gonna own Paradise. She don't have it all to be the Bachelorette, but she has it all or less of it to be just right for Paradise. So now we get to the rose ceremony of this episode, and Peter cuts girls who I think he should cut, but there's one girl that I disagreed with because I like them two together. He cut Power Suit Lauren, the sister that was in the rhinestone, what was it, navy blue jumpsuit with a long ponytail. I liked her for him. I think she faded too far to the back, but I love when they had the little sit down. I felt like there was something there, and he cut her. I think he cut her just because she just wasn't, not everybody is a TV person, and I think she was just too mousy to like be somebody who would give us, you know, good scenes and clips and B-roll with throughout this season. So I totally understand that. But I liked her for him. She's probably going to go to Paradise, but she's going to be way too sweet. Lauren, turn it up. If you go to Paradise, you want to turn it up, or they will vote you out the first episode. Turn it up, sis. Turn it up, especially in Paradise. We need you out of your damn mind for Paradise. Now let's get into this group date. The best date ever. I love me some Revolve clothing. When I heard that these girls were going to win, what, $20,000 worth of Revolve clothing? Let's be real, it's not a lot of clothing because Revolve is expensive, but it's Revolve. They have a really nice buyer on that, like at that online boutique. They really, really do, because I normally get all of my Star stuff, if not from ASOS, from Revolve. Revolve has a lot of nice like Star clothing and accessories. They buy from great brands, great quality brands. And so I was really impressed. I was just like, okay, now this is something I would fight for. I wouldn't fight for Peter, but I would fight for this challenge. So when all the ladies heard that this was like a runway challenge and that the prize was Revolve, everybody got hyped, and this was not nothing that they had to force them to do because Revolve is that brand. And I was very impressed. I was like, oh, we starting off with some money, okay? Because Revolve ain't cheap. It ain't cheap. For The Bachelor to get Revolve to sponsor a challenge, that lets me know that they put some money into Peter's season. So Alita, the Battle Angel, also known as Victoria, was struggling this episode because she says she struggles with confidence, and she was just very scared to get on the runway. This actually shocked me because didn't it seem like she had a lot of confidence the first episode? Like when she revealed that, I was shocked. I was like, you girl? That's a gorgeous girl. I don't know. She's just a really beautiful girl with that to me exuded a lot of confidence. So when she said that, I was really, really shocked, right? And then I was even more shocked that she was somebody who struggles with like confidence and feeling like she's that girl, because every time she hit the runway, she killed it. What is that? Because she feels some sort of way, but she doesn't give it off and she does not show it. Because I was ready for her to like fall apart on the runway. She was freaking out right before the runway challenge. And as soon as she got to that curtain, she just became Naomi Campbell. I was like, wait a minute. Because I thought this was going to go a totally different way. Now, I totally understand her falling apart because for some reason this show is like making Hannah that girl. And I'm like, what are y'all seeing that none of us are seeing? Because I'm like, no shade. Hannah is built like a skipper doll. Like she is very like young presenting, like very junior high. She gives me that 13-year-old that shops at Justice. I don't see her as like this vixen that is still in Peter's heart. But all of these girls are so shook by her. And I'm like, how? What are y'all singing that we aren't singing? So this group date is a runway challenge, and whoever has the best runway or style or whatever wins, right? Everybody is going down. Everybody is killing it. All of a sudden, the show is making it seem like Hannah is just doing the best. Like every time she walks down, the audience is like, oh my goodness. And then Victoria comes down and they're like, oh, great, great, great. But I'm just like, something is not right here. I feel like the audience was being told to like be extra with Hannah and then like pull it down with like Victoria and the other girls, because it's just not making sense to me from what we're seeing that Hannah is like the front runner. I don't get it. And not saying that she's not a beautiful girl, right? But I'm just, the way she's being talked about, the way she's being filmed, isn't making sense. It's not making sense that Kelsey and Victoria is crying. And then I forgot that who's the black girl? I told you she has like the straight afro. She's crying over her. All these girls are crying over Hannah about how much Peter loves her. And it's like, it's episode 2 and she's that girl. She wins everything. She gets everything. And I'm like, is this true? Or, oh, you're being told that? Or are you just saying this to Hannah for her to believe it? Like, what the hell is going on? Because it's just not making any sense to me that all of these ladies are falling out and crying over Hannah. Hannah, there's not a Naomi Campbell on this show, but y'all falling out over Hannah? Is she the Linda Evangelista of Bachelor Nation? Because I'm not seeing it. I don't know what's happening here, but I'm like, Hannah. No shade to Hannah, right? But this fanfare, this fallout over this child. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But all of these ladies are shook by her. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. I don't know what Peter is saying or how he's acting towards her. I just feel like this is a forced storyline. Like something is being said to these ladies to make them think this, because it's not making sense to me. The footage is not lining up with the outrage for me. I don't get it. What do you guys get? Are you seeing something that I'm not seeing? Let a sister know in the comment section below, because I just can't. But Kelsey is falling out over Hannah. When have you ever competed with a Hannah and lost? I don't know. I just, it's not making sense to me. Victoria, really? You shook by it? You, Victoria, you who sashayed down the runway in this lingerie and was the only chick to kiss Peter? You shook by Hannah? Junior high Hannah? I don't get it. Let me know if y'all see something, because I don't understand. Oh. So let's get into this bully mess. Kelsey, I get that you're here for the cameras, but sis, at some point, you got to take back your storyline and come out a winner in this situation. Because right now, you're looking foolish. Again, how does Hannah have you shook? I don't get it. So Hannah sits down with Peter and tells Peter that she feels like Kelsey is bullying her. Y'all know that's the only thing I can't stand about Bachelor Nation, the cast. Not like, you know, the fans or whatever. I'm not talking about you guys. But I feel like the cast members within Bachelor Nation, especially the women, so disappointed, throw out a lot of buzzwords to manipulate the audience and their cast members to feel sorry for them. They'll throw out they'll throw out the Me Too movement, or they'll throw out bullying just to get people on their side to manipulate people's sympathy, because when you hear those words, you automatically feel for the person who is saying that this is happening to them. And I feel like that's exactly what Hannah is doing. Kelsey, I don't think she's aggressive at all. I think that she is somebody who's a grown woman, right? Who's very emotional, but I love the fact that she speaks her mind and she don't hold back. Like, although she was dead wrong in this Hannah situation, she was just like, I don't want to make up with you and I don't want to be friends with you. I respect it. She told the girl where she was at. She did not want to be fake or phony about it. She was just like, I don't believe you. I think you did this on purpose. I don't want to make up. I don't want to be friends with you. Go on your way. How can you hate on the chick that is honest and upfront? Was she dead wrong? Absolutely. Was she bullying? No. Hannah felt like she was bullying her because she did not know how to come at somebody like that, because she is somebody who has never had to probably stand up for herself or confront somebody in this manner, right? I think that happens with a lot of people. I've noticed that it happens with like a lot of suburban people who sometimes come into contact with people from city. Not that the city makes you rougher, but you're just not as soft. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like when I'm from Philly, right? I'm from the Philadelphia inner city, right? I moved to New York City. Let me tell you something. I wasn't ready. I just felt like the city was so rude and abrasive, but it wasn't that. New York is movers and shakers. It's about money. It's about making things happen. They just don't have time for the in-between. You know what I mean? So it might seem like, New Yorkers are not being nice to you, but it's just that they just don't waste time. It's just a fast-paced city. And because I come from a city that is not so fast, I'm wanting to like hang out and say, excuse me, hey, how you? They don't do that there. So I'm taking it as rude. And Hannah comes from a place that Kelsey doesn't. Kelsey probably comes from a place where you speak your mind. If something's wrong with you, you say it. You don't hold back and you're like, oh my goodness, it's okay. You say what you mean and you mean what you say. Hannah doesn't come from that. So because she doesn't come from that or understand that, she interprets that as bullying. Every person who has been bullied is looking at the situation like, sis, you're not being bullied. Like, there is bullying. This ain't it. And I also think that Hannah threw that out to Peter because, again, she wanted to get sympathy and she wanted to get Kelsey off the show, because that is somebody who is going to call her out on, her being shady and all that stuff. Like the other girls say stuff, but they don't come for Hannah. They'll tell her that they don't like what she did, and then they'll go cry in the confessional. Kelsey will cry in the confessional, but she'll also cuss Hannah out. So I feel like Hannah just wants Kelsey off because she doesn't want all that attention from somebody who is very loud and boisterous and will make a scene, and that is what Kelsey will do. I don't think she's bullying her. I think it was a low blow for Hannah to throw out that word and, put that in Peter's mind about Kelsey. I wish that Kelsey would have handled that situation better and not do the falling out and all the crying and everything, because that's a manipulation thing as well. Like Hannah is manipulating that she's, very, childlike and innocent and doesn't do these things right. And then Kelsey is manipulating with her tears. I feel like they're sort of the same person, but they express their issues differently. And I think that's where they're clashing, because they're both two very manipulative women, and they can see each other and they call each other out, and they don't like the fact that they have this kind of competition with somebody who is playing the same exact game that they are playing. So they want to get rid of each other so that they don't have to deal with literally looking in the mirror while playing this game. So that's all I wanted to talk about. What did you think of this episode? Let us sister know in the comment section below. And if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you next week. I won't say Monday because, again, I told y'all, it's pilot season, so I don't know where I'm going to be. But I'll make sure to see you sometime next week for the following episode of The Bachelor. Love you guys. Bye.